Eighth graders, this is to help you with question 1 on CR 29. It says solve the set of equations. X minus 2y equals 7. 3x plus 4y equals negative 4. Okay, I'm going to use a method called addition elimination. It's where we add the two equations together and eliminate one of the variables. So you have to have variables match, the coefficient on the variable match, and they have to have opposite signs. So like here, this is a positive 1x, that's a positive 3x. Oh gosh, they don't match and they don't have different signs. Here, at least they have different signs. This is negative 2y, that's positive 4y. So at least they have different signs. But I have to get these coefficients to match. How could I get this 2 to match that 4? Oh, if I multiply it by 2, they'll match. Now listen, on your actual CR, if your coefficients already match and you already have different signs, you don't need to do this first step. I have to first multiply my first equation by 2 because I didn't have coefficients that matched. So this first equation, 2 times 1x is 2x. 2 times negative 2y is negative 4y, or minus 4y, equals, and when I multiply 2 times 7, I get 14. You have to multiply each term in the equation by 2. And the second equation can just stay the same, 3x plus 4y equals negative 4. Now, I think yours on your CR already is in this form, which is great, because then you'll be able to just do addition and you'll eliminate one of the variables. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these two equations together to eliminate one of the variables. 2x plus 3x is 5x. What's 4 minus 4y plus 4y? Oh, minus 4y plus 4y zeroes out. Yay! That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get rid of one of my variables. Equals, on this side, 14. You can either think of it as plus a negative 4 or 14 minus 4, and that's 10. Now I have an equation with just one variable. Just the x, and I'm like, woo, I know how to solve equations with one variable. What's the operation between the 5 and the x? That's multiplication. How do I undo multiplication? I undo multiplication with division. So I'm going to divide the left-hand side of the equal sign by 5 to get x alone. If I'm dividing the left-hand side of the equal sign by 5, I must divide the right-hand side of the equal sign by 5. 5 divided by 5, fancy form of 1. 1 times x is just x. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So I now know my x value is 2. I don't yet know what y is. And in a system of equations with two variables, this one happens to have a point of intersection if we graph them, and the solution will be where the two graphs would cross. So I know they cross where x is 2. And now I have to find my y value. Here's how I can find my y value. Down here, I can take either original equation. I don't care which original equation. I'm going to get cray-cray. You know what? I don't want to freak you out, so I think I'll take the second equation. 3x plus 4y equals 4. Just select one of the equations and substitute 2 in place of x. The first part of the problem allowed us to find out x was 2. Now we're going to figure out y. So then I have 3. What's the operation between the 3 and the x? Oh, that's multiplication. So that becomes 3 times 2 plus 4y equals 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 4y equals 4. I got to solve for y. So I got to move all my constants over here to the right-hand side. I ran out of room. So I'm just going to rewrite that. 6 plus 4y equals 4. So I need to move all my constants to the right-hand side of the equal sign, so all my y's can be alone on the left. So I'll subtract 6 on both sides. Then on the left-hand side, I have 4y equals 4 minus 6 is negative 2. To get y by itself, operation between the 4 and the y is multiplication. I'll undo that with division. So I find that y equals, of course I've run out of room again, y equals -2/4. But guess what? If I divide numerator and denominator by 2, I don't want to write it there because that might bother you. If I divide numerator and denominator by 2, 2/4 is 1/2. So y is actually -1/2. Sorry about that. So y is -1/2. Your solution is 2, -1/2. I am not going to show a check because the video is already too long. Your teachers might want you to, and check with them on that, but it's a multiple choice. So check is for your benefit, but I just don't have time.